This meeting of the Livingston Parish School Board will now come to order. Ms. Tina, will you please call the roll?
Mr. Sharp?
Here.
Mr. Seals?
Here.
Mr. Frizzell? Mr. Brad Harris? Mr. Cecil Harris? Mr. Cox?
Here.
Ms. Cockrum?
Here.
Dr. McMorris?
Here.
Mr. Link?
Here. Mr. Chafin, do we have any public comments?
No, sir.
Thank you, sir. Item number 2, approval of the minutes of the school board meeting held on April 24th, 2025. Are there any corrections to the minutes tonight? No corrections. Do we have a motion to approve the April 24th? Ms. Brad Sharp makes a motion, and Mr. Jeff Cox seconds. All in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? There are none. That motion is carried. Item number 3, our friends here, recognition to honor the Denham Springs High School Venom Robotics team for their division title at Robotics World Championships. And now, Board Member Cecil Harris will present them.
I tell you what, it's amazing how we've got two groups from the STEM Center, the Venom and our robotics team that's put Livingston Parish and Denham Springs on the map. Everybody in the world knows where we are now in the robotics, and it's amazing what these young kids have done. And I applaud you for what you've done. I mean, it's a lot of late nights, a lot of hard work, and really do appreciate it. I'd like to read a little, some of the highlights of the season. They had 51 wins and 65 matches. That includes 2 regional finalists, and they finished in a win of the Bayou Regional Championship. Ranked number 1 in Louisiana for the 2nd year in a row, top 2% worldwide. They earned a spot in the first Robotics World Championship in Houston, Texas. They went 9-1 in qualifications in the Archimedes division. They won the division and advanced to the Einstein division, which is the final round of the World Championship. It's like the Final Four in basketball. And what does that really mean? So it means out of 3,700 teams worldwide, only 600 qualify for World Championship. 256 of those advanced to the elimination round. Only 32 teams made it to the Einstein field, which is, like I said, the Final Four of robotics. Of those, just 8 teams are alliance captains, and the Denham Venom is one of those. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, they competed against teams from Canada, Mexico, Israel, Turkey, Chinese Taipei, Germany, and Australia.
Congratulations.
Keep this from falling down. Board members, thank you so much for having us. Superintendent, before we get started, we do have a video to show real quick. Just give a little bit of a breath of what's going on. So you'll pull up.
Robotics Competition World Championship is something like nobody really ever experiences. When you go to a regional event, you see 30 teams, 45 teams, 60 teams playing against one another in a field. When you get to the World Championship, there are 600 teams separated among 8 divisions, and you're part of one of those divisions that has 75 teams competing against one another for 2 days straight, getting ready for their elimination matches. Not only do we make it all the way to the elimination matches, we were ranked first through qualifiers.
First, like 2 milliseconds.
Holy God!
It's done.
So that was made actually by a DSTV over at the Denham Springs STEM and Robotics Center. I'm sure you've seen a lot of their stuff on YouTube and things like that. They're kind of a partner organization with us. One of the things that they do is they actually embed some of their members into the Denham Springs Robotics team, and they do a lot of the filmography and stuff and make videos for us. And so that was something they put together real quick when I said we were coming here. They had about, I think it was 4 days. And the look on his face when I said, "Well, I need you to make this video," may have been a bit wide-eyed, but he got it done. Just to give a little bit of context, so there are a lot of robotics programs throughout really the entire country right now. There's some teams that have Vex Robotics. I know we have some located here locally. They have teams that have all different types of things they do. We build the largest robots out of any of them. We're talking around 120-pound robots that we're building. When you add batteries and everything, 145 pounds. They stand up to 6 feet tall. And the biggest thing is they're all built and custom manufactured by the students. And so we don't get kits to build from. We have to find everything that we get. We can buy gears offline. We can do things like that. But a lot of stuff we put together, we've designed in 3D. We 3D printed. We use our CNC machines to cut and manufacture. I have my 2 CNC machinists here, at least one of them, right over there. And they spend hours upon hours upon hours just making sure that we're doing things within millimeters of precision. And so when we talk about robotics, it's easy to think of it as a club, but really it's more like an organization, because they're having to do everything that you would find in a manufacturing organization anywhere across the world. And when our students leave, they have skills that they don't even get in college, because when you go for engineering in college, you're learning a lot about the equations and the bookwork and things like that. You don't spend much time in a machine shop. These kids leave knowing how to do the manufacturing process, jobs that can take them farther than anything else can. And so I've been doing this for 15 years. And to try to give the scope of what it means to make it to World Championship, whenever I was over at Woodlawn, the team that shall not be named, when I was over at Woodlawn, I was there for 8 years. And we went to World Championship a couple of times. We never made it to elimination matches. And many times we never made it to elimination matches when we're actually at the regional events we went to. When you have 60 teams at an event and only 24 teams make it into eliminations, that's a really hard curve to hit. And we have, since being this team, have never gone to a regional where we have not made it into eliminations. We've never not made it that far. And honestly, most events we go to, we've made it at least to finals, which you go through quarterfinals and semifinals all the way up. So to say that what this team does is impressive, and the mentors that come and help us, because it's not me, I don't know very much about designing robots. Really, it's the kids that do it, and it's the engineers that do it that come and help us out. But the fact that they can do that in such a consistent basis, and we're talking about raising hundreds of thousands of dollars within many, many years to be able to do all these things by going out and fundraising and talking to businesses and corporations and doing all of this work, means more than just the robot. And so when these kids graduate and leave, what they're bringing to the field, to the state of Louisiana, and wherever they go, are skills that people just don't get anywhere else, except for here in Livingston Parish. So thank you so much for all of your support. We appreciate that.
What's amazing too is from the regional to the world, they had to make adjustments.
That's correct. So we designed one robot that we brought to our first regional and our second regional. We went to the Arkansas regional, and then a week later we were at the Magnolia regional, that's in Mississippi. We realized that we made it to world from our participation in Arkansas, the points that we earned and the way districts work. And we realized our robot wasn't fast enough to make it where we wanted to at World. And so we set to designing a whole new robot. And so basically, they spent 2 weeks working, I don't even want to count the number of hours, designing an entirely new robot that they brought with us to the Bayou Regional, which we won for the first time ever, and then made it to the World Championship, which we made farther than any other team in the state of Louisiana, any other team in the state of Mississippi. Really, the entire Bayou region, we were the first team to do that and accomplish it. So we appreciate all your support, especially.
Also, I'd like to recognize Michael Simmons, who's the director of the
And also with us too, just to make mention of them, we have our mentors and our coaches back there, Danny Thomason, and we have Brandon Landry. They are both teachers at the STEM Center. Danny is retiring this year, sadly enough. But he's still gonna be helping us out. But they put in more time than you could ever imagine. And a lot of it's just volunteer hours they're putting in after school, getting this stuff done.
Mr. Harris,
read out their names, but they know where I can pronounce all of it.
That's no problem, I can do that for you.
Mr. Harris, I want to echo what you said. I got the privilege 2 weeks ago to go to the STEM Center and for one of their award ceremonies, and I can tell you, when I left there, I was really in awe of what y'all do for those kids out there and how much you care for them. It was just so evident at the award ceremony, and thank y'all for what y'all do. Mr. Simmons, thank you for the job you do out there, and we're looking forward to getting that built and having more good things come out of there. So thank y'all.
Thank you.
And I will say this, I've got a son who's in engineering right now, and we came in and we looked at one of the events that was going on, and he goes, you know, the things these kids are doing now, when I'm a senior in college, those are the things that we'll be building at that point, if we get the hands-on stuff. So Yeah, it was pretty incredible, and I think one of the big things I learned probably from going to the events is that when y'all do the initial robot or whatever y'all doing, it's for a purpose. It's not, I mean, there's a purpose that when y'all build these things, it's not just, hey, let's just build something. I mean, they like, I guess y'all giving a directive and stuff, and this is what we're gonna build it in, and the purpose for this, if it goes to Mars or something or whatever, then it's gonna be, you know, this is a duty it's gonna do or to try out. So it's not just random out there and.
Every year we get a 150-page manual with all the rules for the game that we're playing, and every year the game is different. And so it's always a different design, a different mechanism, something you have to learn that you haven't learned before. So you really can't take one year to the next and compare it, because they're always different in what we're doing. So.
As you call it now, come up and let's talk to you.
Okay, so we don't have everybody here, but we'll get as many of them as we can. So I have Ash Babineau. Ash, you're first. Tell you what, can I get, Danny, could you come help me out? I'll hand these to you and you can hand it to them when they get here. Yes, sure. Okay. Oh, this is getting caught. Evan Blazier. Nicholas Carpenter. Draker Sanuska. Sebastian Cupid. And Sebastian is our team captain this year. Just want to mention that. Jacob Duke, not here. Evan Durbin. Where's our drivers? I'll tell you what. Sophia. Getting caught up here. Nathan Ingalls, not here. Dominic Esposito. Avery Gann, not here. Adam Goslinga. Mohammed Henny. Gabriel Johnston. Drew Klein. Kervin Lindor. John Marino. Noah Marishak. Brody McCoy. Let's do this. Melvin Mendoza. Gavin Morgan. Ethan Nardo. It's not here. Landon Wynn. Sky Nicolosi. Cohen Nobles. Bailey O'Neill. Daniel Ozuna. Leonardo Ozuna. Callie Peralt. Valerie Panetta. Juan Rendon. Adrian Robinson. Believe it or not, they're all part of the team. Most of them are studying for finals or trying out for sports or AP tests or everything else. Cole Ruiz. Logan Rutland. Nicholas Selassie. Andrew Seamus. Cameron Sims. Sean Terbanek. Nathan Thompson. Elizabeth Wilson. And then we have our mentors and stuff real quick. Weird guy named Daniel Island, that's me. I'm not even here. Danny Thomason, look, you get one too.
Can I shake my own hand?
You can. Hunter Allen. So we have college mentors, which are, of course, not here because they're all doing college things. But these guys work from LSU every day working with us. So we have Hunter Allen, Colton Bruni, Oliver Casey. We have our NASA House mentor, who is a direct mentor from NASA, the reason we get sponsored by NASA, and that's Lisa Como. Another college mentor is Gregory Field and Rohit Gandhi. Brandon Landry. Miranda Moore. Robert Papsey. Brad Scardina. So as you can see, the number of kids we have on this team just to make this happen is pretty amazing. And the fact that they all work together without killing each other through a very long build season is also very impressive. So thank you so much. These are all 9th through 12th graders, sir.
Mr. Elam, I just want to say congratulations to your team and to your whole group, as well as Mr. Simmons. You know, when the STEM Center opened, we thought we had an idea of what was going to go on there, and I do think we had an idea, but because of the work of all of you, we have totally surpassed what those thoughts were. So the work you do is unbelievable. We appreciate it, and the number of students that go through that center each day, it's truly amazing. So thank y'all. Congratulations.
Y'all are gonna have to squeeze way down. Come on. Yep. Here we go. All right, 1, 2, 3, a couple of them. Thank you.
We'll clear out some space for you.
I guess that cleared it out there. That's some of our favorite stuff. Anybody ever wonders why we spend so long, we like this the best. It's the most fun to watch our students and their achievements. All right. I guess we'll go on then to item number 4, discussion and action on approval of a change order number 3 for Live Oak Junior High School, new gym due to fire damage. Gasaway, Bankston Architects, professional of record, Chris Bankston.
Mr. Link, Mr. Purvis, members of the board, I'm here tonight to present, recommend change order number 3. Change order number 3, there were 3 items on there. When we got into construction, the coaches wanted to relocate where the lockers were. Well, that exposed some pipes, so this is some framing to hide those pipes so they can be protected. There was also an existing area in front of the gym that kind of stayed wet all the time, and we talked about it, and to be on the safe side, to get the water out of there, somebody slips, we added a catch basin to take care of that. And the last thing was the coaches and principal asked if they could add some bollards at the very front of it, because the walkway is more like a plaza, and it kind of keeps anybody from driving up and going into the buildings. We've got the wide doors and stuff. So all of those together for $12,724. We went ahead and checked all the prices and everything seems to be in order, so we're recommending this change order.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Seals, you good with that?
Oh, yes, sir. I've looked
I
at
figured
it.
you'd
It
already
opens
been-
on May 12th at 6 p.m. We're looking forward to the dedication of that facility. It looks great.
I'm sure you are. So I'm assuming that you're going to want to make a motion to approve change order number 3. Mr. Bob Seals makes a motion. Do we have a second? Mr. Jeff Cox makes a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? There are none. That motion carries. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
He has the next item, too.
He has the next item, all right. Discussion and, number 5, discussion and action on substantial completion for Live Oak Junior High new school gym due to fire damage. Gasaway Bankston Architects, professional of records, again, Mr. Chris Bankston.
Thank you. Since we went out, we did our inspections, we got fire marshal approval, parish approval, everything's good to go. We did a punch list, which is attached to this, but since then, they've pretty much completed all the punch list items, so we're here to recommend substantial completion. We think Blunt did a good job on this project. So.
Thank you, sir. Is any other discussion on this? We have a motion and second. Mr. Bob Seals makes another motion to accept. Mr. Jeff Cox seconds again. All in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? There are none. That motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Item number 6, ratify bids received on May 1st, 2025 for South Fork Junior High School Turn Lane Project. Zyler Architects, professional of record, Mr. Jim Zyler.
Good evening, Mr. Link, Mr. Purvis, members of the board. We received bids on May 1st, 2025 for the turn lane at South Fork Junior High. The estimate was $1,400,000. We had 3 bidders. The low bid was Gulf States Services with a bid of $1,315,000, which is $85,000 under what we had estimated. The second bidder was, their bid was $1,355,930, which was a difference of $39,700. So we got good bids, and that's the reason why I'm explaining this right now, is that we feel comfortable that the numbers are good, and we looked into Gulf States, and they seem to all got everything together, and we anticipate completing the work within the summertime so that we won't disrupt any of the school work or the school operations during school time. And at this time, I'd ask that you accept this and we can put together a contract.
Do we have any questions of Mr. Zyler? Okay, if no questions, do we have a motion to ratify bids for South Fork Junior High School Turn Lane Project? Mr. Jeff Cox made a motion, Ms. Caitlin Cockerham seconds. All in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? There are none. That motion carries.
Thank you
sir.
very much.
Item number 7, and this is under subsection A, ratified bid 2511, custodial supplies for warehouse stock. Staff accountant is Bridget DeMonic.
Mr. Link, Mr. Purvis, members of the board, I'm requesting the board's approval to ratify bid number 2511, custodial supplies for warehouse stock based on the bid tabulation and assembly.
All right, do we have any questions on that? All right, do we have a motion to ratify bid 2511, custodial supplies for warehouse stock? Mr. Jeff Brazell makes a motion. Cecil Harris seconds. All in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? There are none. That motion carries. Item 7B, ratify bid 2512, food service disposable for warehouse stock. Again, Ms. Bridget.
I'm also requesting the board's approval to ratify bid number 2512, the food service disposables for warehouse stock based on the bid tabulation and assembly.
Thank you. Do we have any discussion on food service disposables? If not, do we have a motion to ratify bid 2512, food service disposables for warehouse stock? Mr. Bob Seals makes a motion. Mr. Brad Sharp seconds. All in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? There are none. Motion carries. And item 7C, ratify RFP 2513, weight equipment for Denham Springs High School Field House. Again, staff accountant, Ms. Bridget DeMonic.
Based upon the evaluation criteria set forth in RFP 2513, weight room equipment for Denham Springs High School Field House, I would like to recommend True Athletics as the offerer whose proposal best meets the needs of Denham Springs High School athletics.
Do we have any discussion or questions on that? All right, do we have a motion to ratify RFP 2513, weight equipment for Denham Springs High School Field House? Mr. Cecil Harris makes a motion, Mr. Jeff Brazell seconds. All in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? There are none. That motion is carried. All right, item number 8. This is item 8A. Discussion and action on the superintendent's recommendation for an elementary curriculum coordinator contract at central office. Superintendent Purvis.
Mr. Link, members of the board, I have actually a couple recommendations for curriculum coordinator. I just want to remind you that these are our current positions. These are where individuals have retired and are no longer with us. And one of these positions has actually been open since, I want to say, around October, but we did not fill it to try not to interrupt our schools. So I do have three different recommendations here. The first recommendation is I recommend the approval of a performance-based contract for Marsha Wolford, Elementary Curriculum Coordinator at Central Office, effective May 26, 2025 through June 30th of 2028. Ms. Marsha has been with us since since 2003, started teaching in 1996. She was a teacher at Southside Elementary, instructional coach at Eastside Elementary, and the principal designee at Northside Elementary since 2019. So I recommend the performance-based contract.
Sounds like she has a lot of background
She
there.
has a lot of background.
Ain't gonna help.
Absolutely.
Congratulations, very much so. We need good people up here to work.
But I've got a sad wife today, I'll tell you.
Okay, with Mr. Frizzell's comment, we'll have a motion to approve the superintendent's recommendation for elementary curriculum coordinator contract. Mr. Jeff, you want to make the motion? Mr. Brad Harris will second. All in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? Of course, there is none. That motion's carried. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Marsha.
This is always the fun part too, because people are getting jobs and happy and all that kind of good stuff. So we like that, and we know they deserve it. 8B, discussion and action on superintendent's recommendation for an elementary curriculum coordinator contract at central office. Again, Superintendent Purvis.
Okay. I recommend the approval of a performance-based contract for Vanessa Navarre, Elementary Curriculum Coordinator at Central Office, effective May 26, 2025 through June 30th, 2028. Ms. Navarre has been a teacher since 2003. She's been at Freshwater, South Walker Elementary. She's also serving currently since 2019 as a literacy and numeracy coach, working in a variety of schools. And so I recommend the approval of this performance-based contract.
I imagine another good one. We don't want to leave that one out.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Good deal. Okay, with that being said, do we have a motion to approve this middle school curriculum coordinator contract at Elementary, excuse me. Okay, we're at the elementary, gotcha. Elementary curriculum coordinator contract, okay? Ms. Caitlin Cockham makes the motion, Mr. Jeff Cox seconds. All in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? There are none. That motion carries also. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Now, they did tell y'all how much work this is, huh? I'm sure you're used to it. If you're one, my wife was a instructional coach at Albany, and I can tell you that they do it all. I hate to say that, but they do a lot.
But there's perks. You have great coworkers.
Yes. They're always under, we used to call it number 19 on the contract, anything the principal deems necessary to run an effective school. And it is everything, I know. Thank y'all for putting your name in and for being chosen tonight. All right, so we have 8C, discussion and action on the superintendent's recommendation for a middle school curriculum coordinator contract at central office. Superintendent Purvis.
I recommend the approval of a performance-based contract for Nita Flores, Middle School Curriculum Coordinator at Central Office, effective July 15th, 2025 through June 30th, 2028. Ms. Flores has been a teacher in Dry Prong Junior High in 2007 through 2010, and then in our district from Denham Junior in 2014, and then since 2022, serving as a literacy and numeracy coach here, working in a variety of schools. And so I recommend the approval of this performance-based contract.
Fantastic. Do we have a motion to approve this middle school curriculum contract at central office? Mr. Cecil Harris makes a motion. Mr. Brad Harris seconds. All in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? There are none. That motion carries. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Didn't I know
ticket.
Congratulations again, and thank y'all.
Absolutely.
Item number 9, discussion and action on the report of the Athletic Medical Staff Committee meeting held on Wednesday, May 7th, 2025. Chairperson, Dr. Ron McMorris.
Committee members in the meeting were Mr. Brad Sharp, District 1, Mr. Seals, District 2, Mr. Cecil Harris, District 5, and myself, District 8. I call the meeting to order, and those members were present. Discussion and action on the contract and title of elementary designee positions. Human Resource Supervisor Kelly Jones presented a proposal regarding the contract and title of elementary designee positions. After discussion, a motion was made, duly seconded, to adopt the proposal. Motion was made by Mr. Cecil Harris, seconded by Mr. Sharp. Voting unanimously approved, and the vote was unanimous to present to the full board for approval tonight. Discussion and action on comprehensive literacy state development CLSD grant proposal. Ms. Tracy McRae, Assistant Superintendent, presented a proposal regarding the comprehensive literacy state development grant. After discussion, a motion was made and duly seconded to accept the proposal funded by this grant as presented. Motion made by Mr. Brad Sharp, motion seconded by Mr. Robert Seals. Voting was unanimous. The vote was unanimous to present it to the full board for approval. Action item number 4, discussion and action on amending the ELL coordinator job description. Human Resources Supervisor Brian Wax requested to amend the ELL coordinator job description. After discussion, a motion was made, duly seconded, to amend the ELL coordinator job description with proposed revisions. Motion was made by Mr. Robert Seals Jr. Motion seconded by Mr. Cecil Harris. Voting was unanimous. Unanimous vote allows to present it to the full board for approval. Afterwards, a motion was made and duly seconded to adjourn the meeting. Motion was made by Mr. Robert Seals Jr., seconded by Mr. Cecil Harris. Voting was unanimous. There being no further business before the committee adjourned at 4:27 p.m.
Thank you, Dr. Ron. Do we have any discussion on the committee's recommendations?
I just want to say, I know with Lean Frog coming in, they gave a lot of suggestions, and I want to just appreciate Mr. Purvis and your team for, one of the recommendations was to go out and look for grants and those types of things, and this grant, I think, is worth 3-point-something million. So thank y'all for taking that recommendation, going out and doing that. I think that's going to help our ELL students out, especially with the influx we have in our parish, but thank y'all for taking that recommendation and putting some action to it. So thank y'all.
Thank you, Mr. Frizzell. And look, I just have to say, our team that worked on it, they worked tons and tons of hours, and I appreciate all the hard work that they did on that. So thank you.
All right. Well, this is coming from committee, so we only need to vote to accept the recommendation. So who wants to make a motion to accept the recommendation from the committee? Dr. Ron makes a motion. Mr. Brad Harris seconds. All in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? There are none. That motion is carried. Item number 10, approval of monthly financial report, updated on audit findings, payment of invoices, and district supplements. All right. Do we have a motion to approve the monthly financial report, update on audit findings, payments of invoices, and district supplements? Mr. Jefferson makes a motion. Mr. Cecil Harris seconds. All in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? There are none. The motion carries. Item number 11 is the comments from our superintendent, Mr. Purvis.
Mr. Link, members of the board, I just have a few comments, and I'll keep those brief, but I do want to just start off by saying that I want to thank our entire community for their unwavering support of the 7-meal maintenance tax. You know, that's for 70 years, the public has trusted what we're doing and supported what we're doing to continue to renew that particular millage. And we function because of the support from our community, and so we're very appreciative of that. The next thing is, at our last meeting, we declared this week as Employee Appreciation. And I just, once again, want to say how much I appreciate the employees of our district. Our employees is one of the things that sets us apart from other districts, and the support and the dedication that each of those individuals have. And so, once again, I would encourage anyone to go out and make sure to thank somebody who works in the system and show your appreciation for those individuals. And then testing, we are winding down. We are getting close. That process has went pretty smooth. It's been a ton of work, but we are looking forward to that actual LEAP testing window to close, but we are very, very close at this time. And then the next thing I have is just an update on the AC, the air conditions that's being put in the buses. That process went very well. When that RFP was done, it was to be completed by November. Actually, we're shooting to be finished by May 26th. The company thinks that they will have all of those buses that they are doing the retrofit on. They will have the AC in them. Currently, there's 151 that's retrofitted by the Ross bus sales, and 106 have already been installed. So they're hoping to be finished by May 26th with those. All of the ones that we had the retrofit done by Kent Mitchell, all of those are complete at this time. And then we had purchased 63 new buses, and we have 32 of those on the road already. So that process, that project has really moved through very quickly. And I think our students and I think our drivers are incredibly, incredibly happy. So at the next meeting, I will have one of the buses pulled up here for you to see it and kind of see the way it looks inside the bus. I'll have that for you at the next meeting. And then just a reminder, we are kicking off graduations starting on the 13th with Pathways, and then they just follow down after that. I have the schedule attached for you once again. If you want to join us or the principals and students at the schools, you will be able to do that. So that's all I have. I appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Mr. Purvis. Again, we also, as a board, thank the public for their vote of confidence for us, for our maintenance tax, and of course, for all the taxes they pay. You can see tonight all the things that it does and pays for, and that we're trying to do the best for them with the money that we're given, and our people that write grants and do things that also allow us to help with our system. So it all works together, and we appreciate that. Any other thoughts on that? All right. Item number 12, then, discussion and action on land and boundary dispute involving Holden High School. Livingston Parish School Board reserves the right to enter into an executive session in accordance with RS 4216. Board Attorney Mark Boyer. All right, with Mr. Boyer's recommendation, do we have a motion to enter into executive session for items number 12, 13, 14, A, B, and C? Dr. Ron makes a motion. Mr. Cecil Harris seconds. All in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? There are none. That motion is carried. We would